be giving our live reactions to the new NFL schedule. I'm Ben Silk, be giving my reactions today, and already as we tick closer and closer to 8, the schedules start to already be released. We're going to start off with one and only New England Patriots. Then we'll get to the Eagles, two teams I've already seen. Been released so far, the schedule's officially out, and it's going to be an exciting season. Let's start off with the season opener. We already knew this was coming due to like some spoilers and other stuff coming on. You got the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Damn, this may be a rough way to start the season as a Patriots fan. Patriots Seahawks week 1. It's gonna be interesting, that is for sure. But at the end of the day, it should be a good game, hopefully. And hopefully the Patriots get their revenge. The season could either start off really great or really terrible as a Patriots fan. So we'll see. Won't be fun being stressed over the first game. 8 months for football. It's going to be a stressful game to start the season. That's what happens when it's your team. Your team made the Super Bowl. Should be pretty happy about that. You got a Super Bowl rematch regardless to start off the season. Patriots coming in for revenge. That's going to be a good game. And regardless of what people say, that's a good game to start off the year. You know, a lot of people did think, like it was going to be Seahawks Rams. Probably would have been the best matchup to start off the year based on the 2 games they had, or the 3 games they had last year, come down right to the end. But I think at the end of the day, NFL made a good choice, and yeah, this is the first Super Bowl rematch battle in Week 1 to start off the season since Panthers Broncos 10 years ago from Super Bowl 50. So it's going to be an interesting game to start off the season, that's for sure. But let's go down the rest of the Patriots schedule. This is the first time I'm looking at this too, so yeah, hopefully this is good. You look at Week 2, you got the Steelers. I like it. I like the Steelers. Good matchup there. Then you got the Jaguars. You got 3 division winners to start off the year. Then you got the Bills week 4. I honestly think we could go 2-2 in there. It's going to be a tough start of the year for the Patriots, but 2-2, I think, be pretty good for them. Then you got the Raiders week 5. You got Mendoza coming to town, or what is it? Yeah, it's home, so Mendoza is coming to town. That's probably a win. And then you got the Jets on October 18th at home. That's a win, obviously. So, Patriots, they don't have the worst schedule, but they don't have a great start either. Maybe rough, but it'll be an exciting season. Then you got the Bears on October 22nd. You got the Dolphins. You got the Packers. Packers could be a loss. I think we win one over either the Packers or the Bears. Lions, I think we could beat. It's a better all-rounded team, in my opinion. Then we got our bye. The Patriots have their bye week, week 11. You have the Chargers, week 12, on prime time. Then you got the Bills on December 6th, a 4 o'clock game. You got the Vikings, a 4-day rest period. Then you got the Vikings on December 10th. Then you got an 11-day rest period, and this one is going to be a damn good one. Possibly a preview of the upcoming AFC Championship game. You got the Kansas City Chiefs on December 21st. That will be a good one to watch for sure. I'm going to be on my edge of my seat for that one. And then after that, you got the New York Jets. Let's go. On December 27th, I'll be back in college. I'll be going to that game. Make sure of this. I was really hoping that would happen. You got the Jets. It's an easy one. Then you got the Denver Broncos late in the season. An AFC Championship rematch. That will be interesting. How that one could play out, to be honest. There's a lot that could go down there. And then you got a late end of the regular season on January 10th or 9th. It says 9th or 10th. You got the Miami Dolphins week 18. probably a game that won't mean anything, but who knows? So, yeah, that basically. That will basically. That's this Patriots schedule. So, give a prediction as now. I'm going to do another prediction video probably coming out the next week or two. But Seahawks week 1, it's probably a loss. Week 2, the Patriots play the Steelers. That's a win. I think we beat the Jaguars, lose to the Bills, so that's 2-2. We'll beat the Raiders. We'll beat the Jets. We'll beat the Bears. We'll beat the Dolphins. So it's going to be 4 wins straight. We're 6-2. I think we drop one to the Packers. We'll beat the Lions. Beat the Chargers. I think we'll split the series with the Bills. I think we'll beat the Vikings. The Chiefs is going to be a damn good game. Chiefs Patriots, December 21st. This one could go either way. I think Mahomes will take round 1, but I think the Patriots will take round 2 in the AFC Championship. So I got the Chiefs winning that one. Patriots beating the Jets. I think Broncos will get their revenge against the Patriots. Week 17. The Patriots going to come in for revenge in the playoffs. And then week 18, you got the Dolphins. That's a win. So I think 12-5 for the Patriots is solid. But I also just saw briefly on Anthony's story, the Eagles' schedule is out. Could be very well that every schedule is out. Oh boy, the Eagles have an easy schedule. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, week 1 they play the Commanders. Week 2 they play the Titans. Week 3 they play the Bears. Then they play the Rams. Alright, getting a bit harder. Then week 5 they play the Jaguars. The Eagles play the Panthers week 6. The Eagles play the Cowboys week 7. A Monday night football game. That should be a good one. Possibly a game to call with 2 Cowboys and Eagles. With a Cowboys and Eagles fan. That would be cool. Then you got the Commanders week 8. Then you got the Giants week 9. The Eagles bye week is week 10. Week 11 you got the Steelers. Week 12 on Thanksgiving. We already knew about this. It's going to be a damn good Thanksgiving game. Eagles Cowboys 4:30. The primetime game. The biggest rivalry in sports or in the NFL. It's going to be a damn good game. And you got Bills and Chiefs later that day as well. We're set for an amazing Thanksgiving. Then you got the Cardinals week 13, Colts week 14, Seahawks week 15, the Battle of the Birds, and the battle of the last 2 Super Bowl champs. That's a game to circle, honestly. It's a Saturday game. I'm surprised they didn't make it Sunday Night Football. Saturday game, the 2 Super Bowl champs. That's one to circle. That will be a good one. Honestly, see Seattle taking that, but who knows? Then you got the Texans, best defense in the league. Who knows how the Texans are going to be playing then in week 16 and Christmas Eve. Then you got January 3rd, the 49ers, 8:20 Sunday night game. And then you got the New York Giants to end off the season. Taking a look at the games in Philly, there's some good ones. We gotta keep an eye on that Seahawks one. That may be fun to go to. I'm gonna be down Philly a good amount of the year as well. But let's give a quick prediction of this Eagles schedule. So week 1 you play the Commanders. That's a W. Week 2 you play the Titans. That's a W. Week 3 you play the Bears. You have the momentum. Something tells me they'll get it done. Bears beat them last year. I think the Eagles get revenge. Week 4. Eagles always find a way against the Rams, so they go 4-0. However, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars, week 5. Something saying trap game here. The Jaguars, they're getting better and better. I think that they may have a slow start to the season. They're playing good teams based on what I've seen so far. I think the Jaguars do find a way to somehow get it done against the Eagles. Jaguars are a team, they're getting better. Jaguars get it done. Then you got the Panthers. I think that's a win. Then you play the Cowboys. I think the Eagles take game 1 against the Cowboys. Game 1. We'll get to game 2 in a second. Then you got the Commanders. Week 8. I think the Eagles get it done. So the Eagles are going to be 7-1. I got them 7-1 to start off the year. They played the Giants. Eagles fans are not going to like to hear this, but I got the Giants in this game. The New York Giants get it on done. And, yeah. Not much else to say. I think the Giants are going to be a good team. They're going to be a scary team. And everything's telling me Giants in this game. They'll split the series out because Week 18, I think will be a meaningless game. We'll see what happens. But I think the Giants take this one. The Eagles sitting at 7-2. They take on the Steelers after their bye week. Battle of Philadelphia. I think they get it done. But then they take on the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I think we're in for a thriller. And I do think it's going to be the Cowboys who somehow find a way to get it done. I don't know how, but they'll do it. Then you got the Cardinals Week 13. I think that's a win. Play the Colts Week 14. That's a win. So the Eagles sitting pretty good. Only 3 losses on the season. You take on the Seahawks, the defending Super Bowl champs. I think the Seahawks take it. Seahawks, better team coming into the season. It's going to be a good one. Oh, we got some games announced. Domestic NFL games. Week 1, Cowboys-Giants, Sunday night. I think we saw that. Week 1, Chiefs-Broncos. Is that Friday night? I think that's Friday night. Week 2, Bills. That's Prime Video. Week 12. These are international games. So, Week 1, you got... So, international games are officially out. You got Week 1, you got 49ers and Rams to start off the year. That one's in, I believe, Mexico. I can barely read the screen. Then you got Rio. You got Cowboys, Ravens. That will be a good game. Week 4, you got Colts, Commanders. Another good one. You got Eagles, Jaguars, Week 5. Yeah, they took the international games off the screen. But finish up this Eagles prediction. You got the Seahawks. I think that's a loss. 4th loss of the year. You take on the Texans. Tough defense. I think the Texans find a way to get it done. Eagles blow another one. And, yeah, I think it's going to be the Houston Texans who do it and get it on done. So 2 losses in a row for the Eagles. It's not looking good. You're 10-5 on the year. 49ers. I think that's a loss. They go to 10-6, but I think they'll pick up. And this game, I think, will mean something. But I think the Eagles find a way to get it done against the New York Giants. And, yeah, the Giants... They'll split the series with the Giants, I think. But let's see if we can find... Let's see what the NFL has. The Giants' schedule just popped up in my feed. Well, let's take a look at that. Week 1, they play the Cowboys. As more schedules continue to come out, we'll just predict them. So Week 1, the Giants take on the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. One of the last times that happened, it was ugly for the Giants. A 40-0 victory for the Cowboys. Are we going to see that again? I don't think it's that bad, but I do think Dallas is going to get it done. Is Dallas going to win a Super Bowl? Nope, but I think Dallas gets it all done. Then you got the Rams. Week number 2. I think you get it. I don't think they get it done. Then you take on the Titans Week 3. The Giants take on the Titans Week number 3. That could be an interesting one. Depends what teams we get, but something tells me Titans are going to be in the groove. I think the Titans find a way. It's going to be battle right to the end. Titans take it. But 0-3 Giants, they take on the Cardinals, get a big win against the Cardinals, Week 4. And then Week 5, they take on the Commanders. Another solid one. I think the Giants could win that. So, back-to-back wins. They take on the Saints and Shuck. I think they could take that in Week 6. Then Week 7, they take on the Texans. The Giants are on a bit of a streak. I think they find a way to beat the Texans and get it on done. The New York Giants, they're a team that I feel like could beat the Texans. So let's give it to them here. Week 7, that's going to be a tough defense to play, though. But I think the Giants find a way to get it done. You got the bye week. Obviously, as I talked about before, I got them beating the Eagles in Game 1. So they're sitting at 5 wins in a row. They take on the Commanders. And that's going to be a trap game. Something tells me Week 10, they take on the Commanders. Trap game, just circle there. But the Week 1 schedule's out. We'll get back to this. So Week 1, some games just to look at. Patriots, Seahawks, obviously, no. Bears, Panthers should be a good one. Battle of former number 1 picks where the teams actually traded the number 1 picks to get the other ones for quarterbacks. Texans, Bills, Week 1. Colts, Ravens, Week 1. Jets, Titans, Week 1. Cowboys, Giants, Week 1. Eagles, Commanders. Bucks, Bengals. We got a Mayfield and Burrow battle. Oh, we're hooked up for Week 1. Too many good games. Browns, Jaguars doesn't excite me that much. We got Packers, Vikings. Could be a good or very bad game. Chargers, Cardinals could probably be a blowout. But there's some pretty good games. Dolphins, Raiders. That should be interesting. Maybe, yeah, Cousins will probably start. Cousins will probably get a big win there because the Dolphins, they're going to have a rough year. Talk about that a bit more if we get to their schedule. But they're going to have a rough year, that's for sure. But the Week 1, this Week 1 setup for the schedule, it is good. There's a lot of good games there. And this is going to be, that's going to be a fun Week 1. Sitting on Red Zone, watching all these games. Yeah, there's some good games. Broncos, Chiefs, Monday Night Football. That will be good. Cowboys, Giants, Sunday Night Football. That will be good. That will be fun to watch as well. But, yeah, there's some good games. So back to the Giants schedule. And then we'll go to Cowboys next, as suggested. Where were we at? So, a trap game to the Commanders ends the 5-game winning streak for the Giants. Then they play the Jaguars. Do you think the Jaguars are going to lose that one? I think the Giants take that one, actually. That's Week 11. Week 12, they play the Colts, too. AFC South battles back-to-back. I think the Giants get that one as well. So now 7-4 on the season. They take on the 49ers. That's a loss to the Giants. Follow 7-5. They take on the Seahawks. That's going to be a loss as well. So now, like that, they're sitting at 7-6, I believe. Yeah, 7-6. They take on the Cleveland Browns Week 15. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be... Browns could play them tough, but I do think the Giants, they're the better team here. By far, I think the Giants get it done. But the Lions, Week 16, I do think the Giants I could see the Giants upsetting them, actually. Monday Night Football, right after Christmas, is going to be a solid one. I think the Giants upset the Lions, be 9-6 on the season. Then they take on the Cowboys. Folks, I think they get it done against the Cowboys. But then they'll lose Week 18 and possibly a playoff battle to the Eagles. And, yeah, the Giants, they could have a good season. I've been saying it. That, like, Harbaugh is the coach. Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors at offense. Scatterboo. Their defense getting better. They stole Alvin Reese in the draft. This Giants team is scary. And honestly, I think they could get it done. But let's go to the Dallas Cowboys, see if they got anything out yet. Well, now it's 8 o'clock, so everything should be out. I also have to look up Cowboys. I do not follow them. Here we go. Here's the schedule. They've been out for a bit already. Thought they were supposed to come out at 8, but came out a bit earlier. Week 1, you got the Giants. Week 2, the Cowboys play the Commanders. Week 3, they play the Ravens. That will be a damn good game. Week 4 they play the Texans. Week 5 the Cowboys play the Bucks. Week 6 they play the Packers after a 10-day rest. Then you got an 8-day rest where they play the Eagles. Then they play the Cardinals. Then they take on the Colts. They take on the Niners after that. What week are we on? We're on week 10. Week 11 they'll take on the Titans. Week 12 on Thanksgiving they take on the Eagles. Week 13 they take on the defending Super Bowl champs in the Patriots. Oh damn, I wish. The Seahawks. Then you got the bye week, week 13. No, week 14. Then week 15 they take on the Rams. The Cowboys got a rough second half of the schedule, that's for sure. So they could start off like 10-1 and then go like 11-6. Then you got the Jaguars in week 16, Giants in week 17, Commanders in week 18. So let's take a look at these prediction-wise. You got Giants week 1, as I said before, that's a win. Commanders week 2, I think they get it done. Week 3, they play the Ravens. I think that's going to be a win. The Ravens are going to be a team that will be struggling this year. Cowboys 3-0. Cowboys fans will be hyped. They take on the Texans, but that defense is going to be too much for them. That will be a loss there. They take on the Bucks. That will be a win. But the Packers, Micah Parsons revenge game, that's going to be a loss. Won't be a tie this time. It will be a loss. So 4-2. They take on the Eagles. I think the Eagles will get it done in their first battle against the Cowboys. So fall to 4-3. They take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals always find a way to beat the Cowboys. I think they do it again. Cardinals get it done. Cowboys fall to 4-4. They take on the Colts. And I think this could be a good game. And I honestly think the Colts are going to get it done. Cowboys fans, I know you're going to hate them to say this, but the Colts, I just feel like they're a team that could upset Cowboys. And in a competitive game, too, where they just don't get it at the end. So 4-5, they take on the 49ers. It's going to be another loss to the Cowboys. So, but I think they get revenge against the Titans, or they get another win. So they're 5-6 on the year. They take on the Eagles on Thanksgiving. I think they get it done to make it 6-6 on the season. But then they take on the Seahawks to fall to 6-7. Then you take on the Rams after the bye week. That's another loss. This may be a rough year for Cowboys fans. Yeah, this schedule is actually not good. Then they take on the Rams. Yeah, it's going to be a loss. Jaguars. 50-50. I think they could beat the Jaguars here. I'll give them the win. And then the Giants, week 17, that's going to be a loss. Week 18. So 8-9, I got the Cowboys going this season. But, yeah. Not much else to say. 8-9. Yeah, that will basically do it. But Cowboys may have a rough season. Their schedule does not look easy, that's for sure. But yeah, we already looked at the week 1 schedule. Let's see what else is out. Let's look at our Sunday night football schedule. So week 1, you got Cowboys, Giants. Week 2, Colts, Chiefs. That should be a good one. Wait. November Monday night football games. Bears, Seahawks, Bills, Vikings, Chargers, Ravens, Bengals, Commanders, Panthers, Bucks. That rematch of Bengals, Commanders, week 11. Gonna be a good one. Remember last year was a shootout game against both those, where somehow the Commanders got it done. That was supposed to be Burrow's prime time days. But back to the Sunday night football schedule. Chiefs, Colts. That could be a sneakily good defensive game. Just feel like it could be a good one. Then you got Rams, Broncos. Rams, Broncos could be another good one. Could be a very good one, actually. Two teams that made it to the AFC and NFC Championship game, just short of the Super Bowl. now battle each other again. That's going to be a good one. Then you got Lions, Panthers, week 4, Sunday Night Football. The battle of the cat teams. This could be a fun one to watch, honestly. Both these teams, Dan Campbell takes on Bryce Young. This could be a fun game to watch. Offense, see some offense in this game as well. Then you got Ravens, Falcons, 2 bird teams on week 5, Sunday Night Football. Then you got Cowboys, Packers, week 6, Sunday Night Football. I believe it's the same week or around the same week as when they played last year. Will we get another tie? That's the question. Probably not, but that was a crazy game this year. It would be cool to see a rematch of that. Chiefs, Seahawks. Damn, this is going to be a good game to watch. Another game you got to circle there with Eagles, Seahawks. The Seahawks play the Chiefs and the Eagles. And the Patriots. They got a tough schedule. We'll look at their schedule next. Because unfortunately, they're the defending Super Bowl champs. Then you got Eagles, Commanders. Eagles, Commanders. Another good one. And another good one. I won't be as excited to watch, but they got Eagles, Commanders. Sunday Night Football. They got Chiefs, Seahawks. Just back to that for a moment. That could be the game of the year. Honestly, that one I could see. It could be great or it could be terrible. There's 2 ways it could go, but it has high potential. That game has very high potential. That's for sure. Then you got Week 9, the Bucks and Bears. Another solid one. Week 10, you got the Steelers and Bengals. Who knows what we'll see from both those teams? I mean, we may be seeing another Flacco-Rodgers battle. Who knows? Then you got the 49ers and Vikings in Mexico City for Sunday Night Football, Week 11. Interesting one there. And then Week 12, you have the Chargers and the Patriots. Going to be a defensive battle for sure. You got the Texans and Steelers, Week 13. Surprised they put that Sunday night, but it could be a solid game. Week 14, you got the Bills and the Packers. Alright. Bills and Packers. Jordan Love, Josh Allen. That could be a really good game. That could be a fun game to watch. Then you got Lions, Vikings, Week 15. Who knows what Lions, Vikings we'll get. Will we get the Lions, Vikings 2 years ago, which were superstar top teams in the league, or are we going to get the Lions, Vikings last year who didn't even make the playoffs? That Christmas Day game that we were supposed to get, an amazing Christmas Day game, did not. It turned into a terrible one. The Vikings wound up winning because of luck. Then you got Cowboys, Jaguars, Week 18 Sunday night, and then Week 17 for Sunday night. You have the Eagles and 49ers. That's another one you got to circle. Could be a good one. Eagles looking for revenge from the playoffs. 49ers, always good team against the Eagles. I do think the 49ers could win that game. I had them winning that one in the Eagles schedule prediction. But yeah, let's see. I'm curious what the Thursday night football games look like, because those, a lot of the games will be able to call. I'll be able to call as well. Hopefully with some others. Here we go. So, Week 2, here's the prime schedule. So, Week 2, we got Bills-Lions. Week 3 on September 24th. Bills-Lions will be a possibility. September 24th, we got Falcons-Packers, Tua and Jordan Love. Then we got Steelers-Browns. Probably not the most excitingest one. Then you got Bucks-Cowboys. Could be a good one. That would be a fun one to call, honestly. Ooh, Seahawks-Broncos. Another good one. A game that could have potentially been the Super Bowl. And then Week 7, you got Patriots-Bears on Thursday night football, October 22nd. Oh, we gotta figure that one out to call for sure. Patriots-Bears. I'm calling that one either way. It'll be a way. Well, if we have the space to do it. Then you got Panthers-Packers on Week 8, Thursday night football. Another good one. Another primetime game for the Panthers as well. Panthers be going back to primetime games after winning the division. Then you got Jaguars, Ravens, week 9. Could be a good one. I feel like that could be a boring game though, but that should be a good one. Then you got Giants, Commanders, week 10. Not really excites me. That game does not really excite me that much. Then on the 19th, you got the Colts and the Texans. Same thing, doesn't really excite me that much. Then you got Black Friday football. Got Broncos, Steelers. That should be a good one. I don't know. That's gonna be a defensive. That's gonna be a defensive battle. They probably could have put a better game on Black Friday, but who knows? And then for Thursday, oh my God, this is a Thursday night football game. I am honestly hyped. You got the Rams. You got the Chiefs. Possibly. Do we see do we see 54-51 2.0? Damn, that would be so good to watch. You got Chiefs Rams. Second time they took on each other since that battle in 2018. It was the Chiefs and the Rams. They were 9-1 at the time. They took on each other. Rams wound up taking that one, 54-51 over the Chiefs. Probably still one of the best games, if not the best game I've ever seen. Watching it as just an NFL fan, that game was so fun to watch. Then you got the Patriots and the Vikings. Next week, that will be a fun one to call as well. Gotta make that work. Then you got 49ers Chargers, December 17th, Thursday night football, and then Christmas Eve game. Love that they're doing this. It's cool that they're doing this. They're doing a New Year's Eve game as well. Oh, I like it. I really like it. You go New Year's Eve game. I love that they're doing that. And the game they chose to in Bengals Ravens for New Year's Eve. It could be a shootout, a fun game to watch to end the year. It better be, because that I'm glad they did that. Great year, great way to end your year off with some football. But Christmas Eve, another good one as well. Texans Eagles, gonna be a good game. But yeah, that's your prime schedule, what it's looking like. And I'm gonna pull up the Seahawks schedule, but I'll be back in one moment. Just wait right here. We're back now as I'm gonna pull up the Seahawks schedule now. See what we've got. I think Instagram, find the schedule, more reliable honestly than the NFL app. Let's see what this is. Monday night. Oh, we gotta look at the Monday Night Football schedule as well. Let's take a look at this. Just run by the down this fast. Week 1, you got Broncos Chiefs. Should be a solid game. Defensive battle. Week 2, you got Rams Giants. Week 3, you got Eagles Bears. Week 4, you got Falcons Saints. Week 5, you got Bills Rams. Week 6, you got Commanders 49ers. Week 7, Cowboys Eagles. That will be a fun Monday night one to watch. Then week 8, you got Bears Seahawks. Week 9, you got Bills Vikings. Week 10, you got Chargers Ravens. Week 11 is Bengals Commanders. Week 12 is Panthers Bucks. Also a big game in the NFC South. Then you got Cowboys Seahawks. Circle that one as well. That could be a really good one. What else we got? Then you got Steelers Jaguars. Then week 15 you got Patriots Chiefs Monday. That game's Monday night. Then you have December 28th Giants Lions, and then Packers Texans on January 4th. And then a doubleheader. Doubleheader. That's for Saturday. I was confused. Monday night doubleheader. To end off the season. But looks like we're doing that one on Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, let's check out the defending Super Bowl champions schedule, and then we'll see if there's any other teams as well. Let's see if we can find their schedule. I do not see their schedule on here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, week 1, they play the Patriots. That will probably be a win. Week 2, they play the Cardinals. That's a win. Week 3, they play the Commanders. Seahawks play the Commanders. That's a win. Week 4, they play the Chargers. That's a win. Week 5, they play the 49ers. That's a win. So they're going to start off the season 5-0, defending Super Bowl champs. They're going to continue. They have an easy start to the schedule, the Seahawks. So defending Super Bowl champs is continuing how they're going. Then you play the Broncos week 6. I think this is where they drop one. Broncos, a solid team. I think they're a team that could beat the Seahawks, especially this scenario in the Super Bowl. I think Seahawks would have won, but even with Bo Nix. But this scenario, I think the Broncos find a way to get it done. Then you got the Chiefs. This one could go either way. I think this is a shootout, but I do think the Seahawks find a way. I think an overtime win by the Seahawks. Possibly a 37-37 overtime shootout where it's going to be the Seahawks who are taking it 40-37 after a few drives. I think they get it done in a throw. Then you got the Bears. I think that's a win too. You got the Cardinals. That's a win. You got the Raiders. That's a win. So sitting at 8-1 and take on the 49ers. I think the 49ers get it on done. They'll beat the Super Bowl champs here. Yeah, Super Bowl champs after the bye week. Then they take on the Cowboys. Another game we got to circle. I think we see a lot of points in this game, but I do think it will be the Seahawks who get it on done. Then they take on the Giants. I think they get it done against the Giants. They take on the Eagles. It's going to be a tough game for them, but I do think they get it done over the Eagles. Then week 16, they take on the Rams. And I think they get it done against the Rams. January 3rd, however, they take on the Panthers. Something's telling me trap game for this one. It'll be late in the season. Panthers may be on a roll. I think the Panthers find a way to get it done. And then week 18 to take on the Rams. I think the Rams get it done. So Seahawks drop 2 straight to end the season at 13-4. That's where I see them going. Defending champs have a solid. They have an easy schedule, honestly. Like they could go 16-1. easily, just with how their schedule is. There are a few games they could drop, but Seahawks are going to be back to their winning ways this year, especially with that schedule. Okay, they don't have to keep showing the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl as they're doing on TV. Just bring in the pain. Patriots Broncos week 17. That will be a good battle. But comment in the live chat if there's another team you want me to look at. Let's see, what team can we pull up? What team will be? Pull on. We already did the Eagles, did the Giants, do the Jets. Why not? Comical. Just let's do the New York JTS. Not doing that chance. So the Jets. This will be a good schedule. Good damn good. Yeah, they're going 0. They're gonna have a rough season just looking at this. So week 1 you play the Titans. The Titans, Robert Saleh coming to New York for his revenge. There's no way the Jets win that game. And that's just the beginning. The Titans are gonna have a good season too. Week 2 you play the Packers, that's a loss. Week 3 you play the Lions, that's a loss. Week 4 you play the Bears, that's a loss. Week 5 you play the Browns. Maybe? I think that's a loss still. Week 6 you play the Patriots, a loss. Week 7, this is actually where they could get their first win, but I don't think they do it here. I think they lose to the Dolphins. Week 8 they take on the Raiders. Another good one at home. I think the Raiders do win this one out. Though actually, you know what? I think the Jets get an upset here. They usually get an upset around now. Geno Smith revenge game. I could see it. So I think Raiders get it. Jets get it done over the Raiders, but then they take on the Chiefs. That's going to be a rough loss. Take on the Bills. Another rough loss. So they're going to be 1-9. They take on the Chargers. It's going to be a loss. And then the Dolphins in week 12. I think they get it done over the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to be a bad team next year. That is for sure. And I think the Jets beat them there, so I'll give them their second win of the year. Then they have their bye week. Week 14, they take on the Broncos. That's probably a loss. Week 15, they take on the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to tank that one pick. I think the Jets are going to find a way to get it done. I don't know how. It's going to be a sloppy, ugly, just bad game, but the Jets get it done somehow. They take on the Patriots. December 27th, that's going to be a blowout like it always is at MetLife. Then you take on the Vikings week 17. That'll be a loss. Week 18, you take on the Bills. That'll be a loss. So Jets, and they may be even worse. Jets go. I was trying to the Chiefs schedule. Jets go 3-14, but I think the Dolphins will be worse, in my opinion, and maybe the Cardinals too. And then Jets are going to wind up taking Dante Moore, and he's going to be pissed that he's going to be on the Jets anyway because he stayed back in college for 1 year, so he wouldn't be on the Jets. And it's just going to work out that he's on the Jets anyway. We just know it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. It's meant to happen. Third best quarterback, third overall pick, Dante Moore to the Jets. We just all know that is going to happen. But let's take a look at live chat. Let me know, are there certain teams you want me to look at right now? Because, yeah, I'll pull up their schedule, even if I already looked at them. Yeah, Sunday night. Let's see. Who's a good team? Oh yeah, the Chiefs are up there. Yeah, let's take a look at the Chiefs schedule. It's up here, so. Oh, no, I messed that up. Yeah, so Chiefs week 1. They take on the Broncos. I feel like they'll be back. They'll have a good bounce back game with Mahomes. So if Mahomes is not back somehow, that's the Broncos' game to win. But Broncos, I think they... You know what? I think the Broncos win week 1. The Broncos, they find a way to win week 1 against the Chiefs. Week 2, they play the Colts. That's a win. Week 3, they play the Dolphins. That's a win. Week 4, they play the Raiders. That's a win. Then they got their bye week. 3 wins in a row. They play the Chargers. That's a win. They play the Seahawks. That's a loss, I think. But that could go either way. Week 8, the Chiefs play the Broncos. I think the Chiefs take round 2 against the Broncos. And then they play the Jets. They're going to lose that. No, they're going to win that. They're not losing to the Jets. Let's see if we could take a look at the rest of their schedule. Well, the Chiefs have an easy schedule. And then they're going to go 14-3, and everyone's going to say, oh, the Chiefs are great. Meanwhile, the Patriots are great. Everyone's going to say they have a Mickey Mouse schedule. But the Chiefs, the schedule honestly may be worse than the Patriots' schedule last year. Like, it's honestly scary. The Chiefs' schedule disappeared, so I'm going to pull it up, see if they got it on Instagram. Yeah, so week 10, they play the Falcons. Oh, now it's up, of course. I'll just look here. I think they get their schedule continues to be easy. Oh, till the end of the year. Then week 11, they play the Cardinals. That's a win, so they're sitting at 8-2. They take on the Bills. It's the regular season, so what happens? The Bills win. Just like it does in the regular season. The Bills get it on done. And the Chiefs their third loss. But the Rams, Chiefs, something tells me Chiefs are going to take that one. Then you got the Bengals week 14. Chiefs are going to take that one too. Then you got the Patriots week 15. I think the Chiefs take that one. Niners week 16. Chiefs are going to take that. Chiefs have a schedule that could really go their way. Then week 17 they take on the Chargers. Chiefs are going to take that. Week 18 Chiefs are going 15-2. They may be better. It's scary. The Chiefs are good again, and 6-11 season. That's something that we may never see again by the Chiefs, at least in the Mahomes era. So I enjoyed it for sure. Just shame it can't last forever. But yeah, guys, comment in the live chat if there's a certain team you want me to look at. We're gonna wrap things up in about 10 minutes, but we'll see. Yeah, let's see. Who else do we got? What team could we do? Let's do the Bills. Oh, let's do the Bengals. I'll do the Bills. So Bills play the Texans week 1. They got a tough start to their schedule. Oh boy. The Bills may come out of that with only like 2 wins. They could get more. Week 1 they play the Texans. Honestly, I think the Texans got a shot to win that one. Week 2 they play the Lions. I think they get it done there. So 1-1, they take on the Chargers. That's a win. They take on the Patriots. I think they take round 1 against the Patriots. When they take on the Rams, I think that's a loss. Week 5, so 3-2. They take on Mendoza and the Raiders. I think they get it done. And then week 8, the Bills take on the Ravens. Ravens going to give them a fight, but I think the Bills get it done. Ravens are going to be struggling this year. New head coach. I think that's going to affect them a bit. They've lost some key players as well. Obviously, they gained some as well. Trey Henderson, but yeah. I think the Raiders are going to struggle a bit. Bills are going to be better, though. I think more wide receivers, that's going to help them a ton. See if Joe Brady, how much of a change he makes, though. I still think firing their coach was a bad decision, but this is not the video to get into that. So, I got them, yeah. I got them at 5-2. They take on the Vikings, that's a win. They take on the Jets week 10, that's a win. Bills take on the Dolphins week 11, that's a win. Week 12 against the Chiefs, that's a win. So they're going off now. They're going to be 9-2. They take on the Patriots, that'll be a loss. They take on the Packers. I think they get it done against the Packers. But I think the Bears will beat them. I think the Bears find a way to beat the Bills. They'll fall to 10-4. Take on the Broncos. I think the Broncos get it done. And a low-scoring defensive Christmas game. Broncos defense will win that one. So they fall to 10-5. But I think they'll get the wins against the Dolphins and Jets to end the season. The Bills will end the season at 12-5. And yeah, that's all she wrote. But Bills got a solid schedule as well. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Let's see, what other teams could we do? Giants primetime games, just some good ones. Cowboys, Giants, Rams, Giants, Commanders, Giants, Lions. Christmas schedule. Ooh. Bills, that's who they're playing. They did not announce the Broncos' opponent yet. So you got Packers, Bears, just at 1 p.m. on Christmas. Then you got Bills, Broncos. Damn, NFL did such a good job planning for holidays this year. Gotta give credit to them. This may be one of the best schedules yet, just for the holiday games. Bills, Broncos, and then you got Rams, Seahawks. That's gonna be a stacked Christmas. You got a Christmas Eve game too. It's gonna be a fun day to watch football, that is for sure. Wow. Bills Chiefs on Thanksgiving. That's what we needed. That's what NFL needed. Bills Chiefs on Thanksgiving. That Thanksgiving as well is so good. And then, yeah. On Netflix though, we'll see if Netflix broadcasts improve though. Wasn't great these last few years. Let's see. We've got Black Friday, Broncos, Steelers. Not super good about that, but who knows? Could be a pretty good game. Let's look at this. So the teams with no primetime games. You got the Raiders, you got the Titans, you got the Jets, you got the Cardinals, you got the Dolphins. These are probably the 5 teams that shouldn't have any primetime games, so agree with this for sure. Maybe swap out the Raiders with like someone else, but these are probably the 5 worst teams. Well, the Titans are gonna be good. Like, I know it's not talked about that much, but the Titans are gonna get better, and I think Saleh's gonna turn this team around. Possibly a sneaky playoff team. And you know what? We'll look at the Titans' schedule now, because they're gonna be a sneaky team. Yeah, let's see who they got. So, week 1 they take on the Jets. I think that's a dub. Week 2 Eagles, that's a loss. Week 3 Giants, got that being a win. Week 4 Ravens, that's going to be a loss. Week 5 Texans, I think they get it done here. Big win there. 3-2, they take on the Colts, that's a win. They take on the Browns, that's a win. They take on the Bengals, I think that's a sneaky win. Folks, we're sitting at 6-2. This Titans team is putting it together. Then you got the Jaguars, week 10. That's going to be a loss. I think the Cowboys find a way to beat them. But then Jaguars round 2, I think they get it done. So they'll be sitting at 7-4 at this point. They take on the Commanders. I think that's a win. Lions is going to be a loss. Week 14. Then you got week 15, the Colts. I think they get it done. Week. This is actually something to point out. We'll talk about next. I just saw on TV. Week 16 Raiders. That's a win, I think. Cam Ward's gonna have a good season. Week 17 Steelers. I feel like that's a game they could lose. And then week 18 Texans. They'll lose that. But Titans, I think they're a 10-win team. I think they could step it up for sure. And Titans are going to be a scary team, honestly. With Robert Saleh, reason why he didn't do as good as a coach on the Jets, because it's the Jets, and he led that Jets team to like 7 or 8 wins, and that was with all the drama with Rodgers' injury and everything. So you got to give him props. Let's take a look. Notable 2026 reunions. You got Kenneth Walker going back to Seattle. Should be interesting. You got Malik Willis and Jeff Hafley going back to Green Bay. I don't see much happening there. Dolphins are not going to be a good team. You got Jalen Waddle going back to Miami. You got DJ Moore going back to the Bears. You got Trey Henderson going back to the Bengals twice, including on New Year's Eve. And then you got Kevin Stefanski going back to Cleveland. That'll be interesting. The Falcons are gonna be a good team with Stefanski. Don't get me wrong, like he's a good coach. I don't know why they fired him, but not much else you could say. But Falcons could be a sneaky good team as well. Alright, what team are we gonna look at now? We'll do one more to end the night. Who's a good team? We haven't done the Chiefs yet, have we? No, wait, yeah, we did. Guys, comment in the live chat team I could do. Well, let you guys pick. Hear anything? So we'll go Bengals. Go Bengals. I don't know. We got the Bengals. Joe Burrow, hopefully back there. Hopefully they have a good season. Bengals. Alright, here we go. We're going to have a playoff predictor video pod coming out soon in the next few weeks as well. Me predicting every week, every game. But let's take a look at this. You got the Buccaneers week 1. That one could go either way. Burrow coming out slow. I could see them losing that. And the Texans week 2, it's going to be a loss. Steelers week 3, that's going to be a loss. They're going to be 0-3 again. I just see it. Week 4, they take on the Jaguars. That could flip either way. I honestly think they get it done against the Jaguars like they did last year. This time, though, Burrow hopefully doesn't get injured. Then you got the Dolphins week 5. I think they get it done there. Then their bye week 7, you got the Ravens. I think the Ravens take this one. They fought at 2-4. They take on the Titans. They fought at 2-5. Titans find a way. Then you got the Falcons. I think they get it done. So 3-5. Then they take on the Steelers. Sunday Night Football. I think they get it done like they did against Steelers last year. That's 4-5. Then the Bengals take on the Commanders. I think they get it done against the Commanders. That's 5-5. They take on the Saints. They get it done against the Saints. I think that's 6-5. You see their schedule coming together. Take on the Browns December 6th. They're going to go 7-5. And then you take on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs do get it done in this one. Fall to 7-6. Take on the Panthers, though. Make it 8-6. I think they get it done. Take on the Colts, week 16. I think they get it done. They take on the Ravens on New Year's Eve. I think they get it done. They take on the Rams, the Broncos. I don't know why I said Rams. And the Broncos. They take on the Browns, the final week of the season. They get it done. The Bengals team has potential. I got them going 11-6 after going 0-3. But if they could put it together, they got a shot. That's why they're high. Their defense has to really put it together, though. Them having no defense, like, I probably gave them some props, but they probably would drop that Ravens game. Probably drop the Ravens game, the Commanders game. Yeah, with that defense. Maybe even the Browns game. One of the Browns games, honestly. So they gotta figure out their defense, but the Bengals are a good enough team with that offense that they probably get around 500 for sure. But we'll see. We will see. But Let's see, any more, any last comments? It's going to be some good games this year, that's for sure. So many good matchups. Before we go, I want to just check if the NFL posted anything else that be worth mentioning. Yeah, Super Bowl rematch week 1. End things off, let's give my score prediction for the Super Bowl rematch on week 1. I'm not picking the Patriots to lose, guys. They're coming for revenge. They are coming for revenge. It's going to be a good game. It's going to make up for the terrible Super Bowl. Not really, but maybe for that night. And I think the Patriots take this one on a game-winning touchdown, 35-31. That's revenge. That's Super Bowl revenge, in a way. But that will do it for today. It's my reaction, early predictions, NFL schedule. Thank you guys who tuned on in. Thank you for one consistent viewer. Appreciate you tuning in on tonight and everyone tuning in tonight. But I'm Ben Silk. Comment what are your thoughts on the schedule. Feel free to send some predictions in the chat below. It's going to be a fun NFL season, that's for sure. But I'm Ben Silk. Have a great night, guys.